What's up, you guys? iFade92 here. Today I'm gonna be doing a drop mid fade for you guys with a style on top. Not really a style, but he just kind of combs his hair back. This hairstyle was a little challenging because you have to blend in the top to the sides, and you know the parietal ridge is gonna have a lot to do with how that blends in with the fade. So it's really long hair on top, it's scissor cut on top, and then it's a medium drop fade on the sides and the back. So I'm excited to show you guys how I do this, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Alright, you guys, so obviously the first thing I'm gonna do is set up the bald line or baseline or whatever, but it's gonna be that first initial guideline that I'm gonna create, and I'm doing it with Slimline Pro LIs. I still balled out with these over the Babyliss, the FX trimmers, or the Skeleton GTXs. Like, I still always find myself going back to these slim lines. I don't know what it is. They're just strong. They don't really snag. They're not the sharpest when it comes to edges. They can be really sharp. You can set them, but as far as you know, compared to the Babyliss or the Skeleton GTXs, these ain't really the sharpest when it comes to edge ups. So I really want to make sure I get all of this nice and bald, and I'm gonna go over it with the shavers. But I'm being real careful as I get to the very top of the line to I'm a little light with the shavers when I get close to the line. I don't want to create a really sharp bald line. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my clippers all the way, and I'm gonna create another guideline about maybe about ½ an inch on top of the initial one, and then I'm gonna take the number 1 guard and open it up all the way again and make the third guideline, which goes on top of the second one, obviously, as you guys are watching it. You want to make sure these three are like consistent in size and width all the way around. So now I'm just getting the I'm closing the blade all the way, and I'm taking out that first bald line with the clippers. His head was kind of easy to remove that bald line. Sometimes if it's not, you're gonna have to go back with your edgers, your slim lines, or your skeletons, and kind of clean it all up real nice before you go in there with the closed blade. All right, now I put the half guard on there, the 1/16, and I'm removing that second line. I want to make sure that I'm consistent throughout the whole length of the head, from the beginning, from close to the front of the guideline all the way to the back of the head. I'm trying to make sure that the fade is consistent all the way from the front to the back. That's the whole purpose of these guidelines anyways, is to make sure you do the same thing in the same area consistently around. So now I wet the hair and I'm combing it, and what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna part it and get the hair underneath first and kind of see what hangs over the parietal ridge. So all this hair right here hangs over the parietal ridge. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take it down some. I'm not really worried about cutting it all the way down because I'm gonna run a guard through it anyways. I'm just removing most of it with the shears. I like using the shear over comb technique because I'm always nervous I'm gonna cut my fingers, so I always use this technique, and it feels about the same to me. You still have to make sure you cut evenly all around anyways. To me, it's just easier with the comb. The comb is just an extension of your hand. Alright, so now that it's kind of blended into the side, the parietal ridge, now I'm gonna go with my number 2 guard, and this is gonna be closed, and I'm bringing the last guideline up to the parietal ridge. I'm already starting to blend into the top, if you guys can't tell. It's okay to you know, some of these guidelines, once you get to the top, they don't have to be so well defined. You know, you want to start blending before. You don't want to create a guideline and then, you know, try to go back and blend it like the, you know, on the shorter length. At the top, you can get away with just going ahead and blending it. So now I'm using the number one guardian. It's closed all the way, and I'm just erasing that middle line that was still visible. And as you can see, it's a little darker towards the corner of his edge up. So that's gonna be an area that I'm gonna keep working on. This is the 1.5 guard right here, and you're gonna see me work on this area, hit it a couple times throughout the, you know, the length of this video. I think up until the end, I'm still kind of, you know, trying to fade it in because it looks a little darker right there, and it's because the hair kind of grows a little different in that area. The hair, the growth pattern. So now I'm ready to edge it up, and I always like to start off straight on the edge up on the bottom part, and then kind of trying to bring that little C cup a little more straight down. I don't like to make it too deep or too soft. I like it nice and well defined. I'm trying to keep his edge up as natural as possible, but still make it as sharp as possible. You gotta find balance and you know, when you do edge ups, you don't want to push it back, but at the same time, you don't want to make it too light because you're scared to get in there and actually, you know, give somebody a sharp line. So sweet spot somewhere in between, just a little hard to find. So this is what the side looks like. I'm just gonna comb it and make sure it blends in pretty nicely. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of the top. You guys, I made this video kind of short, so, you know, obviously I didn't record the other side, but I'm in a suite now, so it's kind of small, so kind of a hassle to move the camera to the other side of the head. So now I'm just, you know, trimming the top with shears, making sure that, you know, it blends smoothly with the sides. And there I go, hitting that little corner again like I told you guys. Sometimes when I'm recording, like, I actually look at the screen and it'll show me some of the parts, like I kind of can't see because of where I'm standing, but the angle that the camera has kind of shows me some of these darker areas, and then I'm able to go back and, you know, attack the darker areas to give a more, you know, consistent fade. That looks like the final product, but I still got to put the razor on there. So this is that. It's not really a hack, but it's something that I kind of noticed I wasn't doing when I was working in a barbershop, and I don't know why. There's no specific reason, but leaning your client back when you know, put the razor allows you to go against the grain, and I don't know why I never did that. Had the same chair, everything. I'm not even leaning the chair back, honestly. I'm just putting the headrest on there and bringing, you know, the headrest all the way down, and they just naturally lean their head back, and it's, you know, it's the perfect angle to go against the grain on the edge up and make sure that it's nice and bald, so it stays, you know, crispier a little bit longer. So I'm just making sure, you know, his edge up is nice and crispy. Like I told you guys, I try to make it as sharp as possible without having to push it back. Sometimes it's not that easy, sometimes it is. Sometimes they just naturally have a nice sharp edge up and you don't really have to do too much. There it is, you guys. This is the final product. I wet the top and comb it out for him. And there you go, your final look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.